I'm on my way to Wernersville train station after hearing about another 94M departing Reading with the same power I caught 3 days ago.
94M Harrisburg East.
Go ahead, 94M.
94M 4655 plus 2 runner at Ole, ready to go over to Enola. We got a 2654 for a bulletin. Let me know if you need a rundown of the train.
I have no idea what cars they have, but it's not often they run to Enola from Reading, so this piqued my interest. Plenty of track work has been going on like any other summer around here, though they'll be waiting quite a bit to get track time. The Limestone Station is the second Reading Railroad built structure to occupy this location, built in 1926 replacing an old frame structure and restored to condition in 2013 by the local Heidelberg Heritage Society. The less notable wooden structure just to the west predates the Reading, built under the Lebanon Valley Railroad in 1856. If you blink, you could miss it, but it's been a pizza shop as long as I can remember, though its future is uncertain. 94M was taking so much time getting out of Reading that 23M was first to ask permission through the work limits.
23M, RWIC Sharkway.
Sharkway 23M, there's currently no men and equipment out there working. You're clear through track speed.
Roger, no men and equipment working, clear through track speed.
Most of the work has been on Track 2 west of milepost 67, which is by Church Road in the distance, so no restrictions as 23M comes up one close to the 50 mile per hour track speed. 3 GEs on the point work to lift the train out of the valley created by the Schuylkill River flowing through Reading. .23M runs daily, hauling transatlantic and Pacific containers from Port Newark and Elizabethport, New Jersey, to key inland locations like Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and Chicago, Illinois.
94M clear 63. That's 94M RW Sharkway over. Sharkway 94M, there's currently no men or equipment out working. You're clear through track speed. Alright, no men and equipment are working at this time. We're okay to track speed. Thank you. Have a good day.
Norfolk Southern milepost 63.5. Main 2, no defects.
Roger, 94M, safe trip.
While 94M received permission through the worksite at track speed, it would be another half hour until they got to my location, and it was soon obvious why they were moving so slow.
94M, when I say 1010 MPH, HB 68, HB 67, that's 3, track 12.
I was unaware of the 10 mile per hour speed restriction starting right next to me. That combined with the weight they're hauling will create a slow journey until they crest the hill between Robisonia and Womelsdorf. The GP59E in the lead is surprisingly quiet at a distance, with a rebuilt 12-cylinder EMD 710 G3B prime mover hard at work. Even more surprising is GP38-2 5265 is offline to save fuel, leaving just 3,000 horsepower spread between the traction motors of Mother 4655 and Slug 627. This is a testament that it's not the amount of horsepower, but the increased adhesive weight and tractive effort at low speeds that keeps a train moving. While it looks like they're laying sand for additional traction, it's just dust kicked up from a section that was recently worked on.
I understand you guys are close to tonnage there, over.
Yeah, we're close on everything, but as far as making it, that was my question.
Roger, I'll keep you guys going best I can there, over.
Okay, Roger, understood.
As 94M creeps westbound, eastbound congestion at DORF is underway, with 279 coming to a stop and a 24Z not far behind them. 20K is also in the picture, departing the Harrisburg fuel pad 40 miles to the west.
279 Harrisburg East.
279, over.
Sitting here at DORF, how long are we going to be?
Stay waiting on 2 westbounds, over.
Okay, Roger, thank you.
I pack up and chase to Freeman Street and Robizonia. Though the speed restriction now behind them, they struggle to get back up to track speed as they dig into the 0.5% grade.
Harrisburg East for 94M, over.
94M.
Home for you guys are down at DORF, over.
I don't know. We can get it. What, do you need it?
Alright, I need to take the signal back there at DORF and let me know when I say to, so over.
You can have it now.
Okay, taking the signal back there at DORF.
Take the signal. M8 approach 71 to us, though.
Things weren't looking good keeping 94M moving a straight shot to Enola, so the dispatcher dropped the signal at DORF for them to cross from 2 to 1 in favor of lining the encroaching 21M. That way, a track can be freed up to unplug the eastbound traffic without putting a slower train in front of a high-priority intermodal. I didn't see anything wrong, though the air smelled of hot brake shoe. The conversation between 94M and the track workers parked to my west seemed to confirm this.
Oh, 94M, you got a smoker there?
Yeah, how many back?
Not that far. I don't see it now, but it was there. Maybe about 7th or 8th car?
Huh.
Conductor side?
Good thing we're stopping up here. I guess I'll take a look.
There you go.
One of the cars apparently has a sticking brake, which could be caused by any number of reasons, from a handbrake not fully released or a problem with the control valve. I continue west on 422 to Womelsdorf, easily catching up to the train. About here is where the grade levels out as the tracks round South Mountain. I barely beat the head end to the Hill Road overpass, jumping out with just the camera. No time, let alone room, to set up a tripod. You can see how the tracks now drop down into DORF. A green signal already lit on track 1 for 21M about 20 miles behind us. The conductor gets down with his brake stick to check on that car, and I take a moment to look over the cargo. 60 of these new neon green hoppers with reporting marks AMTK. short for Amtrak, loaded with ballast from the Dyer's Quarry near Birdsboro. My guess is these are heading to the Amtrak Michigan line, which has already received a couple trains from NS this year. Each car weighs 26 tons and is filled with a max of 104 tons, meaning this train weighs upward to 7,800 tons, not including the locomotives. If you're wondering how I came to that conclusion, look for these markings on the side of the car. LD-LMT is the abbreviation for load limit, the maximum weight that can be added, while LTWT stands for lightweight, or the weight of the car when empty. These numbers are listed in pounds, and if you add the two together, that is the maximum legal weight of the car at any given time. When I pull into the east side of DORF, there's a large machine parked on the siding that wasn't here a couple days ago on my last visit. I don't know what it is, but it looks like a ballast or wayside cleaning machine of some type, probably aiding in the never-ending battle against drainage, which is a problem in a lot of the cuts and curves on the line, though I can attest I see far fewer mud spots than ever after larger swales were dug. Mud spots often form in poor draining areas and only worsen as the voids between the ballast retain dirt, weakening the track bed, especially when wet. Whatever it is, it was built by Plas and Twire in Austria in 1988, and judging by this pile of grease, has done a good job cleaning up the tracks. Grease often builds up at switches or crossings as the wheels shed their wayside flanger application, located near curves in order to reduce drag and wear on the rail. While I was admiring this machine, I quickly look up to see the headlights of 21M finally coming into view about 25 minutes after 94M screeched to a halt. 3 GEs for power, a common theme here, though the first 2-9s look like they've seen better days.
That's 21M, clear DORF, main one west.
If you look closely, you'll see the stacks of 279 in the distance. As you recall from the last video, they're laying back since there's only 1,500 feet between the crossing and the eastbound signals. 21M is a daily hotshot from Croxton, New Jersey to Chicago. Lots of FedEx and UPS and other domestic stacks and trailers not to be delayed, though their counterpart 20K wouldn't be so lucky today.
What do you got? Is that a 20R? No, it's a 279. Apparently we only use one engine anymore. Yeah, I thought maybe you had GP. Oh no, I would love to have that right now. I can barely move this thing as the way it is. Goodbye, brother. Take care.
279 is not a normal train through here, and I've only heard this symbol used for miscellaneous or special intermodal moves. A lone ES44AC pulls what appears to be a solid train of new containers heading for the ports in northern New Jersey. COVID has generated many supply chain issues, and a container shortage has been plaguing maritime transport. I cannot make out the small white logo on the side, but it's one I've never seen before, so perhaps a new leasing company created at peak demand. I'm only guessing, because most leasing companies like Triton, Textainer, CAI or Beacon have maroon containers, though this may just be a coincidence.
279, Foreman Chalkaway. Chalkaway entering. Chalkaway 279 with the NS 8178. Requesting permission to pass your position stop sign 857 main 1 in east direction. 279 with the NS 8178, track is clear. You have my permission to pass initial stop sign located at HP 70. East direction main 1 track not exceeding track speed to the work zone. Roger, we have Foreman Chalkaway's permission to pass additional stop sign HP 70 main 1 in the east direction. Good readback 279, looking out making noise, please. Roger, looking out, making noise.
Harrisburg East, over.
94M, how many more are we waiting on?
2 more eastbound, over.
2 more, roger, stack them up.
Nothing sounds more like a hot August day of rail fanning in Pennsylvania than horn echoing through a valley abuzz with dog day cicadas.
Z, limit clear, DORF, 2 east out.
24Z dims their lights for the meet, crossing over to Main 1 10 minutes behind the 279. An SD-70 ACC leads a short train of empty wells ahead of domestic stacks for Morrisville. It's now been 45 minutes since 94M stopped at DORF, approaching solar noon, which of course is just after 1 o'clock during daylight savings time. 20K is finally caught up, running on yellow signals.
20K approach 75. 2 east out. Medium approach, DORF, 2 east out.
20K crosses over on a medium approach, meaning they must proceed at medium speed of 30 miles per hour, expecting to stop at the next signal, since 24Z is still occupying the block ahead of them.
NS-20K, Charkaway, over.
Charkaway answering 20K.
NS-20K with the NS-1153, 1153. Coming up behind the 24Z, we'll also need permission past conditional stop port located milepost 70 on Main 1, ONE, east direction, over.
Roger, 20K, stand by, we'll make sure men and equipment stay in the clear. Roger, everybody staying clear for 2. Send 20K east, Main 1, right behind the 24Z, guys. Charkaway, 20K.
20K is over.
20K with the NS, 1153, track is clear. Get my permission pass conditional stop sign located at HP 70. In an east direction, Main 1 track not exceeding track speed to the work zone.
Roger, understood that, Mr. Charkaway, NS-20K with the NS-1153. Has permission pass conditional stop board located milepost 70. Main 1 ONE, east direction. Not to exceed track speed, track is clear. Over.
That's the Roger, 20K, looking out, making noise.
Exactly 1 hour after they stop, 94M finally gets a clear track to hightail it west to Enola.
94M, DORF, clear to us, though. Well, goodbye, Nate. Have a safe trip.
I hope you enjoyed this video, but before we go, I couldn't help but to admire the date stamps on Womelsdorf siding, including this piece of stick rail rolled from the Carnegie Edgar Thomson Works in Braddock almost a century ago. Sidings and industrial spurs are a great place to find really old rail, since it's not economical to replace areas with light, low-speed use. Further down I found a piece from 1922, while the far rail was rolled in nearby Steelton in 1942, and 50 years later a long section of ribbon rail for the main track from the same mill. Well, that's all I have for now, so thanks for watching, and please check out the previous video if you haven't already. I'd certainly love to hear from you in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.